Hi, my name is Roslyn. I'm a realtor in the greater Cincinnati area, and I just wanted to say hi. So along with my Facebook and Instagram posts, I'm seeing a pretty large gap in the education or lack thereof in the real estate industry. So, I am here to talk about and kind of explain these things. You can look them up online, anywhere, I'm sure, but this isn't something that they really teach in school, and if they did, that's great, but I didn't learn any of this stuff. So I want to make some quick, easy, understandable videos for you guys here, and maybe get a few peeks into my life as a everyday real estate agent. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about very basic buyer FAQs. All right, let's get started. Okay, so first thing I want to start out with, if you are looking to buy a house, okay, and you want to work with a realtor, or you don't think you can afford one, I'm here to tell you we don't cost anything. Okay, if you are looking to buy and you want someone to help you, you do not, there's no paying us. So we are paid when a house is sold. I get a lot of, people thinking that, realtors own the house. We buy them, we own them, and then we sell them, and that's how we get our money. But or people think that we're salaried or hourly, and that is just not true. So we only get paid when a house is sold, and we do not own the houses. So how it works is the sellers, the people who actually own the house, they pay us a small percentage of their house payment when it is sold. So say a house is being sold for $100,000. The seller's agent gets 3%, so they would get $3,000. And then as a buyer's agent, I bring them someone who wants to buy the house, and I also get 3% of that $100,000. So that would be the seller paying $6,000 to use real estate agents. So someone to sell the house and someone to buy the house. And along with that, I just wanted to say that, so if you're working with us, we're putting in the hours, we are not getting paid. But you are also not paying us as a buyer. So again, I just want to reiterate that we are only paid when a house is sold. So the second thing I want to talk about is another big misconception that I was pretty shocked by when I started the industry. So a lot of people think that you need 20, 30, thousands of dollars to buy a house for a down payment. And it is not 1980 anymore. We are not doing that. So the usual down payments for first-time home buyers are around 3.5%. So that is, if you're buying a $100,000 house, the down payment would be $3,500. Doesn't sound so bad, does it, compared to $20,000, which most people, a lot of people are thinking this is how much money they need, which is just crazy. Nobody has that kind of money saved up these days for first-time home buyers. And then on the other side, if you're not a first-time home buyer, you can get what's called a conventional loan, and that is around 5%. So just in conclusion, we are not asking for $20,000, $30,000 for a down payment. That is just how things were. They used to be, but a lot of things have changed. Real estate is always changing. We're always updating laws and codes and moving with the times. So this is all you need. And there are first-time buyer assistant programs that can help you with that down payment, or we have certain loans where you don't have, you're not required to have any down payment. That sounds nice, right? So I just wanted to get that out of the way. That's one of my biggest, first questions I get is how much money do we need? And it's really not that bad. It's not that scary, I promise. If you're making decent amount of money, nothing crazy, just a decent amount of money, you can buy a house. So the next thing I wanted to talk about are pre-approval letters. So I get a lot of people messaging me asking, hey, can we see this house? I've never spoken to them before, maybe. And I'm like, okay, that's great. Are you pre-approved? And they often don't know what that is. So a pre-approval letter is a letter from a bank or a financial institution that is proof that you are able to buy a house. So this letter is the bank saying, we will provide a mortgage for you. So you can't just look at a house and decide, I want to buy it today without a pre-approval letter. So a pre-approval letter is done by a lender. So I have my preferred lenders that I like to work with, but there are plenty of other lenders out there that work all over the country. It doesn't matter what state they're in, what company they're with. If you know someone that you would like to work with, most likely that can happen. So what happens is I send you to a lender. They go over your credit cards, debt. They take a look at all of that, take a good hard look at your credit score, and then they will approve or deny you for a loan of a certain amount of money. So if you get approved for up to $200,000, you can buy a house in that price range, as long as you have the down payment in there. So I just wanted to put it out there, bottom line, pre-approval letter is absolutely necessary to start house hunting. It is the very first step we go to. If you're not able to get a pre-approval letter, you cannot buy a house. It's just simple as that. But oftentimes these lenders will work with you to get your credit score up. They have programs and all these great systems to get your credit back up to where it needs to be, and then get you pre-approved as soon as possible. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is moving. So a lot of these first-time home buyers are coming from apartments. So when you enter or leave an apartment, you bring and take everything with you. Sometimes they have in-unit washer and dryers that you can buy, but I think most people use the, laundry mats that are on site. So they're coming with nothing, and they may think either the house comes with everything, or I have to buy a new stove, a fridge, a washer and dryer, all these very expensive appliances. So we can negotiate all of those things. So if the house says that it comes with a washer, dryer, fridge, stove, that's great. So we just put that in the contract that this is what we want. If you want to buy new, that's great. We can say, hey, get rid of that old stuff, keep it, do whatever you want with it, sellers, and we're bringing brand new. But I just want to, for an example, with my house, it came with, they left us the fridge, the stove, the washer, the dryer. We had our own set of washer and dryer. We didn't even know they were leaving the washer and dryer for us, but it was in the contract. This was before I got my license or started studying for real estate school, so now I can watch for that. And the other thing is the plants. So anything in the ground you will keep. So that will stay here with the house. So if you like this house because it has a beautiful maple in the front, that's not going anywhere. Or something smaller. You like the rose bushes in the garden. They are not going anywhere unless the seller specifically puts in the contract that they will be taking those with them. So things that have been screwed in and anchored to the walls, those will often stay with the house. So we're talking about curtain rods, that's a big one, and TV mounts. So anything like that is going to stay with the house, although anything is negotiable. So if the sellers want to keep something with them that is very important, grandma's, chandelier, they may put that in the contract, but that's so that you will know as a buyer that this element of the house will be leaving. But if you want something to stay, you can also negotiate that in a contract. whatever you want or don't want, we can put in contract. So if you want to keep the curtains, we can ask for those curtains. You want to make sure those rose bushes stay, we can ask to keep the rose bushes. Most people will do just about anything to make a sale, and whatever we can do, we'll get for you as working with buyers. So, all right. So next, I want to talk about for sale by owners. Everyone's heard this term, I'm sure by now. Real estate agents often refer to them lovingly as FSBOs. So SFBO, for sale by owner. If you are working with me to buy a house, we can work with a for sale by owner. You do not have to go off the grid, by yourself with this, because it is a big legal contract to buy a house, and you want someone there with you to help you, and you won't be paying me, so why not? Why wouldn't you want an expert to help you with this? There are, however, some instances where a FSBO will refuse to work with a buyer's agent and refuse to pay us, and that's kind of where things get tricky. So, but most of the times they will work with us as buyer's agents. They just want to save that few extra bucks, not having a seller's agent selling the house, because in a market hot like this, they think they don't need one. So any house you see for sale, we can get. All right, guys, I think that is it for today. I just want to say, if one person learned one thing today, I would consider myself successful. So that's all I want, is to provide education, be a source of knowledge, maybe entertainment for y'all. And I just want to say, if you have any questions or comments, I am open. Please send me a message. If you'd like to check out my website, that would be really great. www.selling-cincinnati.com. And if you want to start looking for houses, or if you have any questions real estate related, please let me know. Thanks.